Hey, yo, 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 and away we go. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the AEW Dynamite Sidecast pre-Christmas edition. I am your host, Mike the Ref. As always, good to see everybody here on a very chilly Wednesday night here. And when I say a little bit chilly, I mean, yeah. What's the temperature right now? It's about minus 35 Fahrenheit. So, that should tell you how dang cold it is. Simple way, if anybody's worried about what to figure out with temperature-wise, just think of it this way. Minus 40 is cold on both scales and at the same temperature. So, our zero is the American 32, and yeah, it's just plain old cold everywhere. So, but it's going to be a hot night tonight. We got some great Dynamite action coming up here tonight. Yeah, I think the main event's probably going to be the no DQ match between the Elite and Death Triangle for the best of 7 series, which I'm assuming the Elite are going to win somehow here. That production flub got a little bit of a headache there. One match I'm really looking forward to, Hikaru Shida taking on Jamie Hayter for the AEW Women's Championship. But Shida, I don't think she gets enough credit for what she was involved in during the pandemic, so I love Amazon. Sorry, just got a quick email from Amazon. I ordered a game off a wish list for a friend of mine, and it said the estimated date of delivery was January 29th. I'm like, whatever. It's on the list. It'll get there. Yeah, they're updating. Yeah, January 2nd now. I'm like, it's what it should have been in the first place. Seriously. Ugh. Anyway. Shida and Hayter's going to be a great match. FTR and the Guns, well, let's put it this way. If FTR is going on their constant getting rid of titles crusade right now, this could be a very interesting night if the Guns win, as Dax and Cash are headed over to Japan for January 4th, sorry. They're going to be a part of Wrestle Kingdom as well. They get rid of those titles. All they got left is the AAA titles left, which might not take long for them to get rid of them. So, well, I don't know what the AAA cards are right now, but sorry, I got momentarily distracted there by the I love computers. They just have the Knicks and the Raptors going here right now, just as we're getting ready for the top of the hour. Yeah, I'm a basketball guy. Let's just put it that way. Stream-wise, we got. I guess I could show you guys my new toy. You know how I'm always having to walk or move over here so that I have to type everything in? Well, got myself a little mini keyboard. Just pop it out in front of me here. I can use my mouse to click and then just type away here. So hopefully stream looks a little cleaner as we're going along, and I can chat with you guys a little bit more cleanly here. Hey, Zoyak, how you doing here tonight? How is everything getting ready for Christmas? And the it should be a rather interesting week, to say the least, for all of us here. So hope everything's going well for you, my friend. I'll admit I had my first bit of road rage that I've had in a while. All right. I guess that details the story. Bad day, bad month. Just hope I can ease it a bit with some AEW. You know what? AEW is good for that. It's a cure for what ails you in many ways here. But yeah, I'm usually pretty mild-mannered, but I had a little bit of road rage today in parking lot. Waited a good 20 minutes for a parking spot because they were all full. And you know what happens? Somebody jumps in and somebody's going to cut right into that spot, and I just lost it. I'm like, I've been waiting half an hour for this damn spot, and you think you're going to sneak in here? Don't expect your tires filled up when you come back if you do this. They seem to leave. Mainly because I'm in a work truck, so they know that there's tools in the back that I probably could use. So, little bitterness there once in a while. I don't usually get too fired up over stuff, but I've only been out. I very rarely get out to the old shopping biz, especially in a mall area. But like I said, I want to get this for tonight, so want to try it out, see how it works. I just hate having to move off screen to do something when I could just have something in my hand to fix things up for you guys. So, other than that, picked up. Just so you guys know, probably gonna do an unboxing of this bad boy. I'm saying probably on tomorrow's stream. I want to get a full look at it. It is a Mayflash F500 Elite controller. Fighting stick controller. It is devilishly good controller. It's, from what I've read, it's one of the top of the line ones that can go multi-system. So there is some possibilities. I would like to get a little bit more into PS4 gaming and that. So if I'm going to do that, most of the fighting games are based on the PlayStation 4 and 5. So I have to get another piece if I'm going to start using a PS5, but let's cross that bridge when I get to it. So, but other than that, it's a very nice controller, and I definitely want to start using it 2023 as we go along here. For those that weren't around on Monday, yeah, I'm retiring high on life. It is... Don't get me wrong, it's a fun game to be a part of and actually has some unique points to it. But the learning curve going from the main levels to the bosses is just so over the top that I could take it down to easy mode, but then it just doesn't feel the same. And it just, yeah, I'm not getting as much out of it as I really like to, so I'm just going to put that on the back burner. If you guys weren't there around, you know, you were. Oh no, JJ, this wasn't on you. Normally, I don't give two rats about if anybody's trying to be mean to me about how bad I play, because I know how bad I play. By the way, hi, good to see you, JJ. But no, for me, a game has to be. It can be challenging. But at the same time, there's a way to be challenging while being fun. And being a bullet hell the way that second boss was that we were taking on, and just how it was clearly apparent that you're not supposed to beat him anytime soon. Like, we had him down to no health a couple times, and you still couldn't beat him. So... I just found it really rough, the fact that we had to go all the way from just taking out grunts to all of a sudden a boss that's impossible to beat. So I'm glad that they put it on Game Pass, so we had a chance to check it out, so we didn't have to pay for it. But probably looking forward next week here, probably not going to start anything new until the new year, mainly because schedule's going to be... Let's see now. It's probably going to be Christmas Day. I'll be here. The Tuesday I'll be here instead of the Monday because Boxing Day I have to work nights. Well, sort of. I'm on call when the stores are closed, but if there's any break-ins, I have to be quickly responsible for them. So we will be back here next, unless they're. I think they're booking a live show for Wednesday, or even a taped. Live to tape show. If it's one of those best of shows for AEW, I might skip it, but if not, I'm definitely going to I'll definitely be here next Wednesday. As for the rest of the schedule, side note, tomorrow we're going to do an early stream. I don't know if it's going to be AM or just after 1 o'clock Mountain Time here, just because I'm going to a wrestling show tomorrow night. So it starts at 7 Mountain Time here, 9 o'clock Eastern. So want to make sure I give myself enough time to be able to get to that. So, but yeah, looking forward to everything going on here. Looking forward to being here with all of you. I do appreciate each and every one of you being here tonight. Yeah, I can't wait for Dynamite. I hate the fact that we're going to actually get a predictable match here with the editors screwing up with bringing out the stipulations for the final 3 matches all on the one card when they were supposed to be separated onto 3 cards. I'm really going to hate it if the Elite comes out and says, you know what? The storyline I feel that's going to be played out here is the Lucha Brothers are going to have it won outside the ring with some kind of, I don't know whether it be shenanigans or whatever, but AEW Plus shows Samoa Joe versus Wardlow for the TNT titles next week on New Year's Bat. So yeah, we're definitely going to be here next week. By the way, good to see you here, Yager. So yeah, we're definitely going to be here next Wednesday as well. So the only change to my normal schedule is I'm not going to be here Boxing Day due to work. So just read some of the tweets coming out on certain things here, and yeah, I forgot about that. They were showing that. I think they showed that at the end of Dynamite last week as well. So, but how are you doing today, Jaeger? Hope everything's going well. Getting ready for Christmas. I'm just glad that I can sit inside right now because it is currently minus 32 Celsius, which is roughly around 27 to 35, somewhere in that range Fahrenheit. The only thing I know is overnight we hit 40, so that's the same on both scales. So, and the other thing I should bring up just before we get to Dynamite here, of course I don't have a graphic because I don't have anything that gross yet, so but January 1st, it's going to be 4 p.m. Mountain, 6 p.m. Eastern is the expected time here. The Jack.org redemption stream for the Just Dance goal that we made will be happening on New Year's Day. So stop by, stick around, throw bits, throw subs, throw donations to Jack.org because that's going to be the last day that the campaign's going to be alive. So far, we've raised $1,100 towards helping youth and young adults take care of their mental health. So, and it's exclamation point Jack in the chat if you're interested in donating as well. So let me throw that in there right now. But yeah, we're going to do the Just Dance stream. I don't know how long we're going to go. We'll probably at least an hour, maybe a little bit more. We're expected to get that in the next 18 hours. Rain first and then snow with below 0 temps. Okay, so you're getting into the minus 20s there, JJ. Throw an extra 20 degrees on top of that down, and that's where we're at right now. I know we're used to it, so I was supposed to drive to South Carolina to Illinois, which is about a 9-hour drive, but there's going to be some bad weather, so I'm leaning to waiting toward you. It's one thing that COVID's taught us is the fact that we can wait. And that's one thing I don't mind. I prefer sometimes, well, here's the thing for me, and it's sort of a monetary thing, but it's also a sly thing on my part. I am Ukrainian, if anybody hasn't figured out. I'm not, my upbringing was Ukrainian Catholic. I'm Ukrainian by genealogy. So I follow through with Ukrainian Christmas on January 6th, which means I could use all the Boxing Day sales to get everything I need. As we get into Dynamite right now, it's just starting up. Glad I won't be in it, but no one should, yeah. It's funny because basically in Edmonton, nothing's changed. Some of the school buses aren't running out of town, but And there's the pyro. Just to time it up for anybody here. So they're down in San Antonio tonight. They're trying to say that Ricky Starks was a hair away from winning the championship. There is no way. Ricky Starks did not look even close like fitting in there. Be back at break. All right, you take care. Thunder Rosa sighting? I'll be honest. I don't know if we're going to see Thunder Rosa back, period. Or there could be a possibility we see Thunder Rosa after the women's title match. And they've set up that program. I honestly don't believe Thunder Rosa will be back, but... So why is Starks coming out now? Maybe setting up for the main event. I don't know. I will say this. Oh, they're... you see the bottom third there? They used the... they talked about him coming off a win over Cesar Bononi on Dark. It's like, you don't want to talk about last week on there? I do know why they're going with Ricky off the top of the show. He's the hometown guy. He has learned all his training down in Texas. He was one of the most popular wrestlers in the Texas area before he got signed. Hey, Vic, how are you doing? Heels, pops, and chair shots coming on right after. Growing up in Illinois, I've driven some pretty brutal weather. Nothing like Canada, obviously. But I'd have 2 hours of drive going through the Appalachian Mountains, and the dusting of snow can ruin your day driving in the mountains. Absolutely. I don't blame you one bit. Vic, I'm doing good. We just went through some... did some holiday shopping and now sitting down and watching some AEW. Yeah, how are Mike the Reffers? I was thinking maybe reefers, but I don't smoke that stuff, so. Look up Torrin Wells and tell me him and Ricky don't look alike. Ugh. Ricky, you lost clean. Shut up. I'm a Mike the Reefer. Nice. I hope so. He's talking about getting another shot at the title. I really do hope he does get another shot for the fact that I don't think he gave his best effort in that match. Oh, and do me a solid, everyone. I'm doing this just to also test out the keyboard because it's actually working. Give my man Vic a follow here because he is... they're doing some good things on his channel there, especially on Wednesday nights with... the Heels, Pops, and Chair Shots podcast there, if you haven't done it already. So which one of the JAS is coming to show up here on this one? Is Jericho going to be the one facing Starks right now? Yeah, honestly, Jericho put in a hell of a performance there. The fact that he got Action Andretti over and signed That was absolutely something special last week. But yeah, Vic, we got a local wrestling show I'm going to be at tomorrow night, so life is going good there. It's been a little quiet for local wrestling here in town, but... Well, at least this month you got to expect it, right? I love the little kids sitting on the side there, just sitting there. Yeah, I can't want to hear the pyro. Or they don't want to hear Jericho, one or the other. Ricky. Ricky. That was horrible. Oh, here comes the recruitment drive. Okay. Looking forward to actually Jenny going 173-0 in his next 173 matches. Ha! Watch him go 170, or sorry, 1 and 172 in his next 173. I'm glad they got the bat monograms with the JAS logo finally. Floyd's getting some paintwork done. I don't know how long he's had that. This is borderline MJF cheap heat on that one. There it is. Wonder how often Floyd gets replaced. Knowing Jericho, he probably loses it every 2-3 weeks, so I would assume so. Built like an air fryer. Nice. Single father on his 5th divorce. Wow. All right, where's the beatdown now? Love how Jericho laughed at the air fryer comment and gathered himself. It was funny. I'll even give an honorary one of those for it. Holy crap. Sorry, I'll give a reason for the holy crap in a second. All right, here comes the jazz hole chant. Jericho's going to let that bat fly one of these times. That's fair. It's fair. Wow, all right. Wow. Okay, this is going to be interesting. They actually are theming it. What I was wondering about that. Oh, and there's Hager. So they're calling January 4th New City, New AEW. They're in Seattle, which is a first time. And there have been rumors that AEW Discovery are looking to revamp the AEW product, give it a new coat of paint and whatnot. That's why Kevin Dunn's former underling has now been signed as the head of production. Oh, and here comes Action Andretti. I love how they got the double A there on the wall. I thought maybe Arn Anderson was showed up. Oh yes, don't forget the hat. Hat, very important. No, we're better than sexual innuendos. Absolutely, he's better than that, but... Well, at least they're getting that. Actually, Andretti's actually getting a pretty good pop on TV to start his career. All right, so yeah, as we mentioned earlier, we're getting Hayter versus Shida, which very well we could get that Thunder Rosa pop in there. Rick Ross mediates a segment between, Swerve and Our Glory is going to break up somehow there. Hook's going to dominate over somebody. There's a lot of talk and not a lot of wrestling coming up here in this descriptions here. FTR versus the Guns. Okay, Moxley and Martin. Interesting. Oh, geez, they're doing it now? All right, I'm going to put up the prediction here. This is so cool. I don't have to actually turn my head that much. Where is that dash? I didn't even look for everything here.
One more for the good guys.
Scooty Live Job, how you doing, my friend? Good to see you here. Just getting the predictions up here. Unfortunately, I'm a cast of one here, so... So, how are you doing tonight? Forgive me as I'm typing away in this, actually. This will help quite a bit, guys, once I get the hang of it. All right, there we go. Let's get 10 minutes on the clock here. Throw it up. Pretty sure how this is going to go, but, some people might be crazy and want to think it's going to go 4 and that's it. But, yeah, thank you once again for the follow there, Scooty live job. It's always appreciated. Glad Andretti got involved. I was worried he wasn't advertised as being booked in a match here. I get you, Jaeger, there. I like the fact that they're actually bringing up somebody that's completely random into our atmospheres. Feed off the momentum while you have it before you bury them back in dark elevation. But speaking of dark elevation, shout out to Gigi Ray, who once again appeared on AEW Dark this week. Tagging up with Lady Burn Monroe against Emi Sakura and the Bunny. With Penelope at ringside there. Another locally trained talent making it big down in the States. So, based on elite holiday matches, what are the odds that we see something goofy like a Christmas tree or a giant candy cane? I'm surprised they didn't come out with it, to be perfectly honest with you. Well, here come the high flying spots. And they got... This match must not be that important because Callis is not down at ringside like he was last week. Gotta love Cutler's in the elf's costume out there. Sorry, I missed that on the entrance. I was busy typing. Nakazawa. Oh, Cutler's coming in. Oh, no, never mind. Okay. Cold spray in the eyes. And Cutler eats a super kick for his efforts. So we got our comedy spot in there, maybe. But maybe we'll get lucky and that'll be it. I highly doubt it, but... Oh, here comes the garbage can. I really do love when they use the garbage cans just because it is, it looks dangerous. Yambag City, as Taz puts it, oh so well. So, Chad, I have to ask you, what is the craziest weapon you've ever seen in a matchup? I will still say glove on... Well, I was going to say dildo on a pole is probably going to be my most unique one I've ever seen and called. Pizza cutter? Yeah. Best part for me is having a Domino's commercial while you're cutting up somebody. That worked out really well. Sex toys, yeah, exactly. Like, if you guys haven't seen it yet, on our wrestling YouTube channel, which, once again, I gotta throw plugs in whenever I can. Check out our wrestling YouTube channel, The Clandestine Society Act 1. We had a dildo on a pole match. Where two guys, well, both gentlemen had a more outlandish lifestyle that was portrayed in the ring. So they got this object of female enjoycation, I believe is the best way to put it. Well, enjoycation in general, depending which way you swing. And whoever get up the pole, grab it and use it. And it was a hell of a match. It wasn't just pure comedy through the whole thing. Forklift and The Rock versus Mankind halftime heat. Like, the fact that WWF used the angle from the forklift onto The Rock as part of it. That a lot of the time it's, oh, here come your Christmas trees, by the way. But it's the death triangle bringing them out. Christmas tree, Christmas tree, Christmas tree. Bag on, bag on, bag on. But I gotta say that, like, here's the part where I was getting at with all these crazy gimmicks and that. Like a Christmas tree, if you think about it, in the scale of some of the things these guys do to their bodies, getting slammed into a thin branched Christmas tree, it's not going to hurt that much, but it's going to give a hell of an effect off. It's sort of like what they say with Lego. Like, a lot of people will step on my favorite cut and crawl from Dusty Rhodes. He got a bicycle! He got a bicycle! We'll go for a ride. Base of that tree looks a little dangerous. Well, they were probably using this. They was probably supposed to bring the stand with them, but they ended up when he grabbed it, the stand fell out. So, because I got a feeling that tree was supposed to be lined up in the middle of the ring, not on the edge. And see, even when Omega went into it, the initial reaction wasn't that bad. Then all of a sudden, he's got to start selling it. Like, if you really think about it, a Christmas tree... Oh, boom.
One more for the good guys.
Millennium Official 2F. Thank you. Appreciate the follow, my friend. Hope you're enjoying your evening here. Watching a little AEW and enjoying the wrestling. And we're just talking about everybody's favorite weapons and good weapon memories as we go along here. I'm just happy that they're with the Fight Forever game, just like you can see in the see on the graphic on the screen right now that's coming out. Ow. Uh-oh. I don't care what anybody says. Hit that chair on your ankle. That's not going to feel good whatsoever here, so. They're going to try breaking his ankle now, and then nobody's going to be able to walk for the next 2 days? Next 2 matches? Nice interception by Omega. Omega, what are you doing? Oh, I know what he's doing. He's set. He's not going to put it on his head. He's going to put it on his body. Jesus. Like I said, it's different moves that just look really cool and look like they would hurt. And don't get me wrong, like, let's not get into this argument of wrestling being fake or whatnot. These moves are real. It still hurts like a son of a bitch. Pardon my French, but... What in the... Oh, still there from when the Spurs got swept. I deserve one of those. Yeah, don't wear frilly tights when you're using a when you use a barbed wire because you're never going to get your body out of there. Ow! The good old cleaner. So who's going through the tables? That's the question right now. All right, Bucks, let's see what you got here. Aw, take the tree with you. Tree through the table? Nice elbow. Barbed wire stuck to his ass. Wow. By the way, there is a complete fraud in the stands. If you didn't see it earlier, I saw it during the Ricky Starks promo. Somebody put a sign up there saying, "I love EA." Whoever that person is should be found, should be drawn and quartered and asked where the heck did he come up with that idea from. Oh, and today's drink of the day is Monster sugar-free watermelon. It's a plant, yeah. It has to be a plant. Nice counter, going for the stunner there. There's your V-trigger. Whoa. Nice reversal. Could you imagine? Could you imagine they advertised the Falls Count Anywhere match and the ladder match and they had... Really? I guess that works now. Here's wrestling logic for you. If the match does not have any metal tinsel? Oh no. There's the ankle lock, and now we're going into another ankle lock. Good old-fashioned stomps. Nothing fancy here how to get out of those. Well, you only got 4 matches on the card here, so I'm sure it's going to last. Oh. Hammers for everybody. Let's get back to Super Mario Bros. We got Hammer Brothers in the ring. They got all these hammers thrown out. Could you imagine them coming in with those like turtle shells on their right before the Mario Brothers movie? Maybe do a cheap ad for that. Oh, what are they? Uh-oh. Indie Taker. Okay, I can take this. He's only got 1 leg, so why not? There you go. Pretty much the way you'd expect it to go based on the fact we are going 7. Could you imagine if they turn around and say, well, because of this beatdown, you've automatically lost the next match, so we're just going to skip next week's? So yeah, they're going to put the... If you guys didn't know, just the main reason why they can't do match 7 on the 4th is Kenny Omega is going to be a little busy in Tokyo taking on Will Ospreay for the IWGP United States Championship as part of Wrestle Kingdom, which honestly should be an amazing show. I don't know if Andre and Melball are going to be doing a live watch-along of it or not. Oh, so they're going to show the... Cutler, get in the ring if you want to be a sacrificial lamb. He's a gutlet. Clean. Yeah, he kicked him in the dick. I'm sure that was clean. Okay. Okay. MJF is trying to fire up a Danielson promo there. Let's break that down in a few points here. One, MJF's talking about him stealing the shine off of his first title defense. Well, MJF sort of did that with CM Punk one time. Did that with Wardlow when Wardlow beat MJF and he took off. That was supposed to be Wardlow's big moment, and pretty much everybody forgot about it. I actually appreciate this promo. This might be one of the first ones in a long time that didn't get dragged on. It's not a carry on, let's go, keep going for the cheap heat wherever you can. Get in, make your point, get out. If it's not a face-to-face, there's nothing extra to report back on. It was good to get it in and out that way. No dawdling, no... JJ, I don't think there's ever going to be a promo from MJF that you're going to like. But I got a feeling this might be the one that might be the... one of the least hated, I think, is the best consolation prize we could have right now. Personally, I don't mind it. I don't mind this one. We're going to get a Danielson reply, which is probably going to be just as short, but going to give us a little bit more of an indication of what's going on with the Blackpool Combat Club as a whole, because the ROH guys and Moxley have sort of worked together. Although it's weird that Moxley's taking on a pure babyface here in Darius Martin tonight, so we'll see how that goes. But Danielson hasn't had any real interaction with the rest of the Blackpool Combat Club since Death Before Dishonor, since Regal's departure from the company, since that incident right there. So it's going to be interesting to see where Danielson goes on this promo here. One thing I do appreciate is the fact that there are many different outlets, many different ways to go on this. So, in the chat, have you guys have any big plans coming up for Christmas here while we're waiting? Because I know most of you guys say like you had some family and whatnot, but the weather's holding you up. And the only time I agree with them saying is Indiana ain't nothing but poor rednecks. All right, Andretti, who are you going to face now? Okay, come on. Oh, here we go. Oh, and there's Jericho with the fireball. Because he's a wizard. Will I be using the ROH streaming service? I gotta feel it. I'm gonna get it originally to check it out. I don't mind helping support AEW and ROH and whatnot. And also checking out the archives, what's on there. We'll see what happens going forward. Oh, Renee's got to interview Brian. That's going to be fun. That fire was much better than the other one? Yeah. Well, they probably rehearsed it 3 or 4 times, so why not? No plans, off Monday. Mom called and said, nice, you get some lasagna? That's cool. Like I said, my plans, I'll probably be on here sometime during the day. And other than that, just taking it easy. Got my fight stick for myself for Christmas. Got my little keyboard, so I make streams a little easier for myself. Working on new overlays for the gaming streams. Okay. Yep. Is he going to bring up Shawn Michaels? Oh, crowds pop. This is where we get our local pops. Oh, they brought up Shawn Michaels. Cool. Of course, we're going to an HBK chant in the middle of an AEW show. I could see that with a guy like Regal. You know anyone that has Cedar has Renee's cookbook? I've actually thought about ordering it, to be honest. Do I know anybody that has it per se? No. Shipping to Canada is ridiculous unless it's on Amazon. Okay. All right. There is no way MJF's coming out here. Oh, looks like we got our interception on the 20-yard line here. If we're going to get Ethan Page and Bryan Danielson in a feud, I'm in. The fact that Ethan Page is getting a bit more spotlight... This is going to be the match we're going to see in Seattle on the 4th. If that's going to be a main event for a Dynamite, I can live with that. Ha! Ball joke. Oh, they're trying to backpedal out of this one real quick because he's still. This is stupid. And of course, they're going to play this is not on my time. Blah, blah, blah. It's the Ethan Page way of doing things. I will never let go my ego. I like that. Nobody wants to... When you tell somebody to listen, they never want to listen. Let's just... You want to do it next week? I want to do it in 2 weeks in the hometown. All right. Well, we got Wardlow versus Joe. Then we also got Bryan versus Paige. Yeah, definitely I'll be here next Wednesday. I will definitely pop my way in for that one. Try it out. That's a nice sign. I want to see where the... whoa. Trios Battle Royal. We haven't seen one of those in a long time. And at least they're putting a decent dollar amount on it. $300,000? Let's throw a few more adjectives into that Battle Royal. I could see. Yep. Moxley. Moxley's one of the best. Like, that's just... All right. Yeah, once again, that is a promo that goes on a little bit longer than it should have there, but it gets the point across. So as we're wrapping up 2022, I was thinking about this earlier today. What's the craziest moment that you would say you've seen from AEW this year? Chad, I'm just... there's been so many things going on here in AEW in terms of... well, that crazy ladder match between Cody Rhodes and Sammy Guevara to start off the year. To the 2-minute squash of Punk by Moxley the week before All Out. Well, let's just call a spade, the All Out incident. The MJF going off after Double or Nothing in the ring in LA. There you go, Darth Vic. Darby Allin jumping off the ladder onto Hardy onto the chairs. The Saraya debut or the Punk fallout? Yeah. I will say Saraya, to me, was a bit of a game changer in terms of what we're seeing here in terms of product. I hope. Right now, she's trying to stick with a limited schedule right now, just trying to get back into the swing of things, making sure everything's okay. I really think that January 11th show is going to show a lot for AEW. Now, here's the thing, and this is going to tie into a question that we had earlier. Do we get a Thunder Rosa sighting tonight? I'd almost think that you'd want to leave it for January 11th if it's going to be her for that spot with Saraya. Now, if it's not going to be Saraya and Jamie's just got somebody else to deal with, then sure, throw Thunder Rosa out here tonight. Get her that massive pop with the crowd. I still believe Mercedes is going to be the partner for Saraya. It's more the some things are just lining up way too well for it. Well, she can't use Sasha anymore, right, Darth Mix? So we got to call her Mercedes. And I believe she patented Mercedes Moné. M-O-N-E with the funny mark on it. Is it just me, or is Samoa Joe one of the best promos you can get? He's got that, like, for all you old school wrestling fans, he's got the 80s Jake Roberts vibe to him. Just that every word he says it just quiet enough that you have to listen, you have to step into your microphone just a little bit. So you make sure you're always listening to every word he says. Then he'll start screaming at you with some big point. Sorry to ruin some of your ears there. I could see Hayter winning and then Hayter and Britt attacking Shida and Rosa coming out with the save. Very well could be the situation. And one thing, Jagger, that I've learned very well is sometimes the most obvious situations are the best. It's something I've learned in local wrestling, too. Yeah, folks, no channel predictions on this one. We're not getting no action at Andretti 2 weeks in a row. Joe somehow keeps it simple but remains interesting and captivating. Yeah, like, with all due respect, setting up a promo for a match isn't that difficult. I'm coming out here and I'm going to beat your ass. I don't know what else you could say, really. Yeah, this is not going to be long enough for me to even type in Damn. He was trying to put a little bit extra stank on that clothesline. And here it is. Cross faces and then the red rum, and then it's over. I love Hook's reaction here. He's not racing to the back. He's not. Are we going to get like back-to-back squashes right away? All right. Darius has a bit of a name to him, so I'm going to give you guys a prediction once for this. Stokely is absolutely everywhere tonight. I'm glad he's getting used the way he is. Okay. So we are they're doing a full picture-in-picture break here. Oh. Now, since I can shut these off at any time, I'll just throw 15 because we got a commercial break here to deal with. Stokely's so great. Like, Stokely in many ways feels like he is the next Bobby Heenan. Like, I know we got Heyman running around in WWE right now, but his role... All right, here's one for you, chat. I'm going to throw this out here for you. I almost double talked over myself there when I said this, but I want your input. To me and to most people, Bobby Heenan was the greatest wrestling manager ever, in many people's opinion. Who now is more of a Bobby Heenan? Who would be more in a spot of a Bobby Heenan? Would it be Paul Heyman or Stokely Hathaway? They both have different ways of doing it, but they both have ways of getting it out there. And now that I think about it, I'm going to wait for a couple of your answers here before I chime up about this, but I think it could be a lot closer than a lot of people think when it comes to... just the overall caricature, the style, the way he's willing to attack everything. And Heyman just sits back and just orates every little spot perfectly into what's going on with everything. Stokely, I feel that Heyman has been the same for about 10 years. I think he might be the WWE style they want him to use, though. I think in many ways that is the case. Hey, Parrish, how you doing here tonight, my friend? Hope everything's going well. Retirement treating you well. And by the way, you are a lucky bastard going to the Royal Rumble here in just over a month. If anybody's going down to San Antonio for the Rumble, hit up Chris Parrish while you're down there, too. Gonna have a lot of fun there. So we were just talking about how whether it's Stokely Hathaway or Paul Heyman are closer to what Bobby Heenan was in the WWE. My personal opinion before we get into this matchup here, I would say that Paul Heyman is probably closer to Bobby Heenan just because Bobby would Bobby would orate in so many different situations to make things seem better. And he could alter any situation. To me, Stokely feels a little bit more like Jimmy Hart. Like he's got a lot of irons in the fire, and he knows how to talk his way through anything. But with that being said, there is no wrong answer on this one, because Stokely's intellect is next level. So I feel I feel exactly how you're feeling here, Darth Mick, about it. And I very well could agree. Nice take over there. Kick to the back. So Moxley in a way turned into a little bit of a dick here, so. Actually, the whole club has too, so. I wonder what kind of atmosphere we're going to get in San Francisco for that pay-per-view. Just for the fact that it's earlier in the day compared to normal for most people, so. Heyman is the way he is because it works and it's effective. Heyman is closer right now. Can Stokely get there? Sure. But you can't force him there yet because on the big stage he just doesn't have time in it yet. Stokely is smart, sure, but Heyman wrote the book from that this generation studies from. Absolutely. And I think, Parrish, I think you said it best there. Like, it almost feels like Heyman has a way of just moving everything along from one level to the next. And any situation that comes up, he has a solution. That's also an advantage for being a booker, too. Because when you're in charge of setting up all these shows and... he can still make you feel Lesnar over Taker was a shoot. Yeah. Like the stories behind that. Why do they have pictures of dogs in the crowd? And why is... I need to find a way to get those shirts for all the... what did we call them out here? Mike the Reefers? We do have some great merch on the merch page, by the way, if you guys are interested. Cheap plug once again, but... yeah, they don't want to talk about that squash from Dante where he was almost injured as well. The one thing I appreciate about Moxley is every time you're in there with the ring with him, it always feels like you're in a fight with him. Like, there's some people that are involved in matches that are just solid in-ring ability. But with Moxley, it gives you a vibe that he's in there with a fight. Just a straight-up fight. I don't know if you guys have checked it out at all, and I have mentioned it on here before. What about this? Since you have a be part of the solution, have a shirt that says the square root of the solution is being nice and supportive. Let me take that idea and play with it a little bit here, because I think there's some potential in that, but there's... I might have to come up with some... rules of the ref kind of thing. That might be a good way of going with that. And speaking of which, since I got this new toy, I do like to play with it when I can. Yes, I know that sounded bad. Oh, don't worry. Feel free to clip that. I will definitely, if you have any design ideas, I think that would definitely be, because I do want to, I am thinking about something like, sort of a respect kind of shirt as well. Like, what are the best guidelines of being, part of the solution? Being supportive, having respect. But I have to go through them and, unfortunately, don't be a dick isn't exactly one of the highlights I like to have as part of a shirt, so. Get him, Darius. I do like the fact that Moxley's given him some here, at least. Because I will say there is a difference between being nice and supportive and if you don't believe in something, just be honest about it as well. So nice reversal there by Darius. Looked a little weird, but still effective there. So just a reminder for anybody that's popped in late, because we got a 2 count there. I will be on earlier tomorrow. I don't know whether it'll be an AM stream or very early afternoon, since I'm going to the Top Talent show later on the afternoon. Not too often I get out to wrestling shows anymore, just because, in general, the local wrestling scene, I taking a bit of a break from right now. Oh. I don't mind that. It does mean that Moxley's a little bit on rubbery legs, so. Oh. Okay, this is weird. It's a Moxley match and he's not the one bleeding first. Even if it is just a fluke blood from the nose. And this is where the match stood. Oh, God. And Parrish, for the record, this is the new toy, just in case you're wondering. Taking a break from the local scene, you too? I've been taking a break pretty much since September, since I got COVID after Raw. All right, that's it. Mail it in. Conquer's bad fur day over everything. I don't think so. Oh my. At least there's a little bit of respect going through here. Oh, they've actually done a promo package for the women's match tonight. So, here's a question for you guys. And girls. Sorry, JJ, I want to make sure you're always included. 2 weeks from now, January 4th, they are advertising it as a new city, new AEW. Like, they're changing the production value and all that. What do you think you're going to see that's different on an AEW show? Or what do you want to see that's different on an AEW show than what you've seen already? because we've heard that we talked about it earlier. The biggest signing that they've done in terms of production is taking the man in charge of the video production underneath Kevin Dunn, the assistant to him. They have signed him to a deal to cover their TV, and Warner wants something different. Parrish wants storylines. All right. More pyro, bigger screen, bigger effects. Yeah, I could see them really trying to get into that budget. It's almost as if WWE is going into like you got the GM mode, right? I don't know if you guys have played the GM mode. I played it once and it felt like it was just boring on stream. They have this little as you're doing they got the matches part of it in the roster, but they also have logistics. And it just seems like they're not putting out enough logistics here for everything. And oh wait, how about this? Put some damn time on the women's division? I'll give you a coin for that. Wow, that happened quick. Sorry, folks, I just wanted to throw this out. Yet, before Monday's stream, just to get everything running, I had to do an update on my stream deck, and now everything's running a lot faster than it used to. I'm not used to this no delay thing here. It's like when I want to send you down a warp pipe, it's instant. If I want to blow a whistle on you, normally it would take like a second or two to kick in. It is just bang, 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 bang. Wow. But yeah, myself personally, I want to see them clean up their camera effects. I wouldn't mind them using some more high-def cameras and whatnot. And just these fatal errors that they keep having every match. I'm missing a cut, missing, like, the screw-up on the promo. With, or the graphics card, sorry. Where they had to explain the next 3 matches instead of allowing the story to develop without it. The fact that I got spoiled the way it did. All right, here comes the Book of Hobbs once again, Chapter 2. Action Andretti did today. Speaking of smelling smoke, burning flesh. It's 7:15 and we don't even get folks, we're getting the women's main event. I got a feeling Thunder Rosa is going to be the one coming back. The more that we're reading this out based on everything that's going on here, it makes so much sense right now. Let's throw 15 minutes on this clock here. Because the way everything's lined up, I don't think we have any other matches besides that. Unless there's an impromptu match going on. But could you imagine? The internet buzz with the fact that the women's division is main eventing Dynamite for the first time in a year? Yeah, like I was saying before, when it comes to this matchup here, sorry, flip it over here. Oh, Parrish, I'll get to your comment about titles here in just a sec. But the fact that they lost the ROH titles, in 2 weeks they have to defend the IWGP titles, which may be a possibility they might lose those there. This could be a position where the Guns actually win. But Parrish, you're saying less titles. I've always been a proponent of learn how to use your titles properly before you give more. But I know that Tony Khan has come from the world of boxing in terms of his entertainment. FTR, you think you're leaving in April? Very well could be. Like, I don't... there's so many different people watching about the... what's the contract status? What's this? What's that? I just wait and see what actually happens. I like to be surprised, and I also like to be shocked in a way. Like, I think everybody appreciated that pop when the Hardys showed up at WrestleMania. I feel that they may need a revival to their careers. Honestly, I think there could have been a possibility that after what happened with Punk, who FTR completely respects, probably more than most people in that locker room, there might be a possibility that, you know, they just don't want to hang out with this kind of roster, right? So... And the fact that Triple H isn't exactly impressed with a lot of the sidees that he's had, because he expected everybody to know them off of the NXT roster, when they got to come to the realization that not everybody knows everybody off the internet. As we get into the picture-in-picture here. It's a problem that AEW has. It's a problem that Impact has. It's a problem that WWE has. If you're not on the mainstream TV, people don't know you from a hole in the ground. Like, some of these wrestlers can be the absolute biggest stars around in the Ontario scene, Alberta scene. If nobody knows who you are, nobody knows who you are. Simple as that. The two single biggest cultural shifts that aren't named Triple H, it was Cody leaving AEW and potentially Punk leaving. Absolutely. My personal opinion, when it comes to AEW and their thought about I know who Mike the Ref is, the rest are all details. Nice. When it comes to AEW, I do believe that, you know, I wouldn't feel bad about being number 2 for a while. But the details matter? Yeah, well, that's... I got to get something else besides just a rib shot going here. That's one of my goals for the new year here, is to get more sounds put together for during the stream and whatnot. Getting the library put together a little bit more. I have some new overlays on order, by the way, for the gaming section. I think you guys who are longtime hockey fans are going to really enjoy what you're going to see for my starting screen, my Be Right Back screen. Want to incorporate a little bit more ref stuff in there, so I think you guys will enjoy it. I got to wait and see what comes back from the from the artiste that I ordered. So this is going to be interesting here coming out. It's going to be, those people that, automatically, as soon as you put hashtag Twitch in your tweets, it automatically likes it, shares it, follows you, sends you a private DM saying, hey, you need anything? This one here, I saw a couple animations that I was really impressed with. So I thought I'd give it a shot. It's only going to be, it's only going to cost me, I think, $50 American. So like 300 US, whatever that works out to be here. Why don't you make a graphic for every new follower or subscription? You have a cartoon Mike the Ref pulling out a card that reads the user. I thought of something like that, but I want to wait until I get an actual new logo about that, because I am actually looking to fix the logo up too for myself personally. Because just a picture of me in a blue shirt just doesn't. I want things to start making sense in 2023. That's one thing a lot of people forget. They just try to throw a whole bunch of stuff out there and hope it sticks. Ha! Play it off the Gunn's tights. They're talking about Hitman. So here's a question for you guys and girls. What? Don't make sense, make dollar bills, y'all. Would you guys be interested, like, I really hate doing these lists of, whoa! Cash don't do those too often. Cash is not a diver. Ow. Like, I wouldn't mind sitting down with everybody here one night and just talking about the year in wrestling, the year in gaming. I wouldn't mind actually even going through my YouTube channel and just showing everybody. Don't tell me he's going to try the sharpshooter. They got inspired by the World Cup. Parrish, you're on a roll tonight, so I'll keep that rim shot fired up here for you. Cash doing the dive on the inside now. And there's a miss. This is why I think that the Guns might actually win this one. Try to go over the famous or no. Injured backside. It's funny how the Ass Boys targeted the ass on Dax, right? No, but I was talking earlier, I was listening to the Wrestle Talk podcast this morning, and they revealed their top 10 wrestlers from... and there it is. Soccer gets the rap for diving. They embellish more, and it's used for free kicks and catching your breath. But the NBA flops are embellished a ton, too. Just look at Harden and LeBron. They actually had to come up with a new rule about all the dive, about especially James Harden when he shoots his threes. He usually kicks his leg out as a habit. And he would always get called for fouls. And they call wrestling the fake word. Come on now. Yeah. Slap Max? Really? Okay. Just soccer gets the rap. I think pro basketball is worse now than soccer. Absolutely. That's why hockey is one of the toughest sports out there. Also, rugby, those boys are psychos. Yeah, like, basically rugby is football without pads. They are giving women the main event spot. All right. Shida and Hayter should be able to go a good 20 if possible. Now we got Rickety Rick Ross coming in here, taking on Swerve in Our Glory and trying to mediate their little session, which there's going to be some kind of crazy crap going on here to finish this off. I got to guarantee it. I really do hope they do something with Keith Lee here sooner than later. Because the way things are going right now, let's get this feud go. Let's get this feud on track, finish it off, and then get Keith on the bigger things. In many ways, I could almost feel like Keith Lee could be one of the guys that could dethrone MJF in many ways. Or it could be that second champion after the guy that beats MJF. There's no basement in the Alamo. Okay. Change SF6 cover art. That man has some taste. Simple as the more money you make can make it a game, the more the act becomes embellished. Most money is in soccer. They dive in basketball. They flop in baseball. And you fall asleep. Then you look at baseball and you fall asleep. NFL players flop and embellish. MLB hitters will fake getting hit by the pitch too. Doesn't happen often, but baseball is watchable 10% of the season and the playoffs. With one exception. Our streams here with MLB The Show, those are watchable. Because I try to make those as entertaining as possible. And next year we are going to be part of the show YEG Season 2. So, I don't know what kind of iteration is going to be coming up with that, but Game Time Art is assured that we're going to have a second season, and I am looking forward to it. Those are more fun and entertaining than real baseball. Thank you. I appreciate that. I have found so many more friends when it comes to what is Swerve doing with a bag? Okay. Okay. I have a few ideas. Yeah, well, I think Rick might, is Rick gonna attack him or what? Nope. What? Okay. All right, well, they wanted people getting pushed. Parker was one of those guys that they actually got rid of in NXT for lack of performance, not just a budget cut. It's an interesting one. So is Rick Ross going to be a manager now or what? This just looks weird. There's some echo in there that's driving you nuts, yeah. Oh, wait, what's this guy's name? This is the Trustbusters. Everybody's playing confused here. I think I know here. All right, well, Keith's got his next feud, and it actually is Mogul Affiliates. That's the shirt now. With all due respect, Parker and Lee is probably going to be a good Rampage match. That's about it. Well, there goes some ribs. Yeah, this entire segment feels like... I'm with you, Zodiac, here. Like, the storylines, I don't mind. Like, the storyline of how they're developing it right now, I can live with this. This isn't bad. But... it just looks so clunky, especially with two guys that are relatively unknowns. Like, once again, I'm bringing up this NXT. Nobody knows who you are if you were in NXT before. And that's Parker Boudreaux. That's like the big face in here. Now, I'm pretty sure that other guy is part of the Trustbusters, or else he's brand new. One of the two. And if you don't know who the Trustbusters is, go watch AEW Dark. I don't remember all of them. I just know they're down there main eventing everything because they can't get on the main card. I don't know if the camera angles hurt this. Parker was with the Trustbusters as well. Yeah, that's where I get Parker. I know is with them. Now, is the whole faction there, or is this other? I can't remember. I believe this other guy was from ROH. One one of the classics is part of that group. Let me do a quick Google. Slim J, there we go. Do casual AEW fans care about Rick Ross, Bow Wow, Action Bronson? See, this is where we're getting into a little bit of a mishmash here on ideas here. You want to try and bring the casual non-wrestling fans in to see anything about Rick Ross, Bow Wow, Action Bronson. If people hear those people coming in, then they see what's going on. Then you're getting a positive here. Now, I'm with Parrish, by the way, but no fans care about anything about Bow Wow. Include this Jade Cargill feud that he's got going right now. But when it comes to wrestling, you're sort of trying to feed off that same hand that you already have when you're trying to bring in, what is it, Slim J? Yeah, Slim J. As a partner here for this. So I get where they're going with this, and I'm glad that they got something for Lee that's a singles run. And the other thing I'm glad about is the fact we're getting a main event for the women here, right before Christmas. And it's not involving Britt Baker. Because I think I think we've had 3 main events with women in AEW. It was Shida and Baker in that Lights Out match. One of the most iconic moments was the Ty Mello and Bunny versus Penelope Ford and the Bunny. Anna Jay and Ty Mello versus Penelope Ford and the Bunny. There we go. That's it. It seems like AEW feel their culture relevant 4 years in. All this proves is they have no true identity as of yet. I think it basically proves that AEW thinks that they're a lot further ahead than what they are right now. That's the biggest part about it. Just getting the proponents in here. That's why Poyd said different. They need to look within, but prefer to window shop. Absolutely. It's all up to Tony Khan right now. So this will be a 3-way bet for you guys. I think I've settled in for this being the way we're going to do this here. So, the rules we have now, I think this will settle things out a little easier here. Either winner or else DQ or no contest. If there's a disqualification and the title doesn't change hands, or if the match just gets thrown out, Swerve is trying to bring me new eyes to what he's doing. I get it, JJ. And you know what? If it works to bring in, like with having Rick Ross there and bringing in Parker and Slim J as part of the group, all the power to it if it works. It's just, you're for the most part, you're just pulling from the same crop again. Not how I get down, but it is for some. Absolutely, I get it. Yeah, so they're worried about this 3-on-1 attack here coming up. I should almost put a predictions thing in there for if Rebel and Brick get ejected from the matchup. So we got 20 minutes of the women. I love watching Twitter blow up right now with the fact that the women are main eventing here tonight. One good promo for Ricky Starks and shoot him to the moon, but after a loss to MJF, he goes back to the drawing board when they should have developed and groomed him where a loss would be more sympathetic and someone moving for. Parrish, did you see the first part of Dynamite tonight? Because I'm assuming you might have come home from work and didn't get to see the first part. It looks like they're sending Ricky Starks into a feud with Jericho right now. So, I don't know about them throwing him down the card a whole lot. Jericho's a nice landing pad for that, so. But I get your point. They throw somebody up there, they don't make it instantly. Like, it's like throwing darts at a dartboard. If it sticks in a good spot, they'll keep it there. If it doesn't stick exactly where they want, they just take the dart out and just throw it somewhere else, like AEW Dark. It's funny how the commentators keep bringing up the fact that Shida was the champion when there were no fans around. Like, a lot of people don't want to remember those 2 years. So, it could give a bad vibe to a lot of people when it comes to that stuff, so. $1 million knee lift. It is amazing that we're getting 20 minutes here of good women's wrestling, and like I said, Britt Baker doesn't have to be involved in it. I hope Britt gets a lot of time to relax and heal up here. I know she was part of the Dark tapings last week. That was a big pop moment of the night where I believe she was taking on Billy Starks on Dark. But I know that her nose is basically turned into a paper mache weight at this point here, and the number of times it's been broken. So if she didn't wrestle another match until January 11th, it wouldn't hurt my feelings. It would also give us an opportunity to see a lot more people around. And it also shows that Jamie can definitely carry a main event here. And the fact that Shida's in here as well, someone who has had that major spot in the women's division for so long here. And one of the big stories about Shida during her time was like, oh, the only entertaining matches she had was with Britt and whatnot. And I honestly think that Shida has grown since then. And I really sincerely do hope that this new look AEW that they're having come up starting in 2 weeks will have a lot more women's wrestling involved with it. So. But the more I think about it, the more Thunder Rosa has to be showing up here. With all the talk about what happened and the reason why Thunder Rosa was gone and some of the stories that came out, I think San Antonio might be the one place where no matter what, she would get a huge pop. Jericho, as much as I love and respect him, is not the name for a young talent who needs polishing. He's good to help elevate talent, to make names, and then use for a big gate, but his name value is still there. I'd rather see Starks go up like someone against Paige or even Christian. Well, Christian's not an option right now because, well, he's on the shelf for a while. When it comes to Ethan Page, right now, it looks like he's getting Bryan Danielson, which I think is going to elevate Page to the point where a feud where that ongoing feud with Starks and Page can be revisited again. And Adam Page you're talking about, sorry. When it comes to Adam Page, I think they're going to take it very carefully with him right now. Anybody getting a concussion will be in a position here where they're going to hold up and be tight on him a little bit more. I love that suplex out of Shida. Page should spiral out of control and turn when he comes back. He's already acting a little bit spaced out when he's dealing with the Dark Order recently, because he has come back. And he has played up a little bit of this spiral out of control role that you are talking about. So we're going to hear from Eddie Kingston and Ortiz. Like, okay. Verta Vixen's actually getting a Rampage match? That I'm impressed about. That I'm happy for. Even if it is a Rampage match. But Verta Vixen, if you haven't seen her wrestle, she is the Defy Women's Champion right now out of Seattle. But she grew up she has been training out of Texas, so it sort of makes sense that she would be doing it out here. But I would like to see her, with her being the Defy champion, getting a shot out at that January 4th show. So, Parrish, are you making any plans to go to Wienerpeg for St. Patrick's Day week there for the AEW show there? I've already booked my 2 weeks of my holiday, and I don't know if I can get that extra week off in March, so I don't know if I'd be able to do that. I booked a week off in February for the I forget what it's called. It's the basically the fighting tournament. It's basically the Evo Winnipeg in the winter. Come on now. You never know. They do have an airport, maybe. Giving myself one of those. Shout out to Game Time Art there when they're talking about the Winnipeg airport. Yeah, in February they're having a huge Evo type festival here in Edmonton. So I took the week off. I want to make sure I can get in for that. Was thinking about maybe applying for a panel, but I don't know what I would really talk about, and if anybody will want to listen to it. But no, you're not going. Fair enough. Wow. Well, I guess that in many ways that's similar to a superplex, but that's got to hurt a lot more landing down on that concrete like that. Like, at least the ring has a little bit of give. That floor does not. Shout out to both these ladies for putting it all out there. Like, we got about 8 minutes to go here in this matchup, and yeah, it is a hell of a barn burner here that both sides are going at it the way they are. Like, it's one thing that I find that gets a lot of disrespect for the women is the fact that they usually have to go a lot further than what the men do to get noticed. And I'm hoping that we're starting to get to the point where that's going to start changing here with very solid matches with, like, up until this point, unless you had like maybe 4 people in that ring, you really didn't know what you were going to get for a good match. But it seems like lately the experience has gotten that much better and the matches have gotten a lot better to the point where they can start having a little more reliability in the women on this roster. So like, don't get me wrong when I say, like, the women aren't, or the men aren't perfect either, but at the same time, it just seems like in the natural state of things right now, just the women have to push themselves that much more to get over, and it frustrates me, but AEW to me is a hard sell, as I just feel there's absolutely no sense in their overall decision making at times. I get why people say it with WWE, but for an episode of Dynamite is way more confusion to me. Fair enough, Parrish. I get it. Some of the stories, you have to seek out what the story is. Because whether it's being the elite, whether it's a promo on Rampage, whether it's something you find on Twitter, which who knows if those are going to be allowed anymore with the links that they're not allowing these days. Wow! Shida went face first, literally there. Thank you. Thank you for the proper camera angle on that. There it is. That's the knee that won her the championship. Hayter's playing dead weight right now. The one clean slate they have in AEW, the women's division, because they haven't used them enough over time. Oh, wow. I love that lariat out of Hayter. You just need to use it to keep things simple but effective. I hope they do. And if it is Mercedes showing up on that January 11th episode of Dynamite to be Saraya's partner, I honestly think that could be not only the reset that they're getting the week before, but the boost that they could use for the mainstream variety. Or notoriety, better yet, not variety in that case. Over the Rainmaker. Oh. Shout out to Kenny Omega there. Whoa. It's probably Sasha. Not... I know, they got two Mercedes. If that's the case, they have two Mercedes now. And I'm talking about Mercedes Moné, not Mercedes Martinez. Uh-oh. Could this be the DQ moment? Ow. Nope. There it is. Nice! Whoa! They have 2 pages. It's been fine. Parrish, her real name is Mercedes Vernado. And since Sasha Banks is her... Whoa! I believe she's trademarked Mercedes Moné with M-O-N-E with an exclamation point. And there it is. There's the finish. Somebody put in some money for that DQ. I knew somebody would believe me and have faith in me and thinking that. That was a main event. That was a main event. Yeah, she actually chose... I don't know if she's going to use it as a wrestling name, but she has... Oh, and here comes Tony. And Tony gets knocked out with the title. Now here's the Thunder Rosa spot. Yeah, they're gonna have that Rosa spot. They're gonna shatter it. Here it is. No. We got Saraya. Jesus. Mercedes Banks a better name. Well, you know what? All right, I got a theory on this coming up here. I want to make sure that we're not... All right, as we're fading to black here. She wanted to distance herself from that. Maybe it was too close than what she had before and thought she wouldn't be able to Banks part, but there isn't enough of a difference. Yeah, like... That was exactly it. She wanted her own... Well, here's the thing, Zodiac, and I just wanted to bring this up as well. Thunder Rosa's injury is a back injury. There are some injuries. From what I remember, it is a back injury to Rosa. It is also a... when you talk about those kind of injuries, then you're talking about concussions and things like that. You can't really judge the timeline of them. Thunder Rosa might be done. She might not be done. My theory is she isn't ready to come back yet, but you got to book these venues at least 6 months to a year in advance. Maybe AEW gets a little bit extra time to book the venues because they aren't going for like the Alamo Domes or anything huge like that. But at the same time, they do have to book them in advance. And say, for example, if they book this maybe just after the injury come up, they could have been planning a return in this one. But if she's not ready to go, she's not ready to go. And Saraya is going to be a generic pop. Who knows? Thunder Rosa could show up on Friday for all we know. Because they film Rampage after Dynamite when they're on the West Coast. So, because right now, well, they're at 8 o'clock right now. So, card subject to change, absolutely. So let's sum up what we've seen here tonight as part of the show. We got Ricky Starks, who looks like he's going to be heading out with Chris Jericho. You got Action Andretti, who came in for the save, so he's still alive in this little function, and he just got blasted in the face with the sorry, my watch is going off like crazy there. He got blasted in the face with a fireball from Chris Jericho, so you know he's getting a bit of a stamp of approval here. So looks like we're going to be getting Bryan Danielson and Ethan Page through a promo as well. As expected, we had the Elite win over the Death Triangle to make that 3-2. Now it's a Falls count anywhere next weekend. Or next Wednesday, sorry. As we're lining up for that ladder match coming up on the 11th. Jon Moxley, Darius Martin, really good match. Really solid match. Nothing really to say otherwise about it. Ricky Starks, like I said, Ricky Starks, Ethan Page are going there. The whole Parker Boudreaux and Slim J are now aligning himself with Swerve Strickland. And apparently Rick Ross is getting involved, mixed in there. I'm just glad Keith Lee's getting an opponent. So, as long as Keith Lee's getting some activity as well on that, I'm more than happy about that. Then that main event. I don't know if I could speak about this enough here, guys. I know we were talking on different subjects around the main event, but that was a really damn good match. A really solid match, a match worthy of a main event, male or female, on an AEW Dynamite show. And I really, truly, sincerely hope that this is more of a sign of things to come. And the fact that Thunder Rosa didn't come out, to me, speaks a lot more volume about that situation than if she would have came out. Because, like we were talking about earlier, with the fact that Thunder Rosa would get that monster pop at the end of the show to get the crowd over, it almost seemed obvious to us that Thunder Rosa was going to be coming back. I know Darth Mick was all over that, and Jaeger was all over that in the chat. But the fact that she didn't, and the fact they had the entire thing play out the way they did, speaks to me that, you know, they actually gave the women the main event match for a reason. I'd like to see that. I hope that this is more of a norm rather than just a one-time thing. And I would also hope that maybe there's some way they can cut into these extra promos, like the MJF promos, the Bryan Danielson promo going in here a little bit longer. Hopefully they can get rid of those and sort of smooth things out with maybe a second women's match. I know that's what we're all dreaming about. The fact that they can get more women on this roster, because they got a lot of great women on these shows. So if they can keep doing that, it would be the bee's knees. I think it's the best way to put it.